Welcome to today's video where we explore an extraordinary moment in the life of Jesus, the miracle at the wedding feast in Cana. This wasn't just a miraculous event, it was a profound lesson about Jesus' character, his mission, and the message he had for different cultures and audiences. Join us as we dive into this story to uncover how a simple celebration became a powerful display of grace, turning an everyday occurrence into a moment that reveals deeper spiritual truths. The setting is a village wedding feast in Palestine, where weddings were a significant social event. According to Jewish tradition, a virgin's wedding took place on a Wednesday. Notice the timing. It occurred during a wedding celebration. Jesus felt entirely at ease in such joyful occasions, not as a strict or solemn figure, but someone who embraced the happiness of a wedding. There's wisdom in the saying, a person without warmth should be an undertaker, for they'll never succeed in touching the lives of others. Charles Spurgeon. This miracle wasn't performed at a grand event with vast crowds, but in a humble home. A.H.N. Green Armitage, in a portrait of St. Luke, describes how Luke liked to portray Jesus against simple, everyday settings, bringing God into the domestic sphere and everyday life. The Revised Standard Version states that Jesus manifested this glory in a home, emphasizing how he valued the household. There is often a paradox in how people view their homes. They acknowledge it as the most cherished place, yet often behave more rudely or selfishly there than they would in the company of strangers. Many of us show our best side to strangers while reserving our worst behavior for those closest to us. Jesus' action at Cana reminds us that home deserves our best, just as he demonstrated his glory there. Now, let's explore the deeper meaning John intended in this story. John wrote the Jew perspective, aiming to reach both Jewish and Greek audiences. For the Jews, John's simple stories carried deeper meanings accessible to those who could see them. Each detail was significant, pointing beyond the literal story. There were 6 stone water jars, and Jesus turned the water they contained into wine. In Jewish thought, 7 symbolized completeness and perfection, while 6 represented something unfinished and imperfect. The 6 jars each held 20 to 30 gallons, resulting in up to 180 gallons of wine. No earthly celebration could consume that much wine. Just as no human need could exhaust Christ's grace, it is boundlessly sufficient for all. From a Greek perspective, there were similar stories in their mythology. For instance, Dionysus was the Greek god of wine, and ancient legends describe miraculous wine creation during festivals. Pausanias, a Greek writer, documented an event in Elis where empty kettles were left overnight and found full of wine the next day. Though he hadn't witnessed it himself, many credible witnesses attested to the phenomenon. To the Jews, John's message was, Jesus transforms the imperfection of the law into the perfection of grace. Running out of wine at the wedding would have caused embarrassment and shame to the family. Jesus used his power to spare this humble Galilean household from distress. It's easy to rise to the occasion for grand events, but it takes a touch like Jesus to perform a significant act in a modest, everyday setting. While some may take delight in others' misfortunes, Jesus, the Lord of life, used his power to protect a young couple from humiliation. It's through simple acts of kindness and understanding that we too can reflect the character of Christ. The wedding at Cana was more than a miracle of turning water into wine. It was a revelation of who Jesus is and what he came to bring into our lives. He didn't just perform wonders in grand public settings, but in the simplicity of a home, showing us that his grace is abundant and available for all. Whether we look at it through the eyes of Jewish tradition or Greek mythology, the message is clear. Jesus offers a life that is vibrant, full, and overflowing with grace. If you enjoyed today's insights, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories that shape our faith. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.